Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Christopher Stolle, and with me, as always, is my right-hand man, or my left-hand man, depending on which hand I'm spanking with tonight.
Depending on what kind of mood he's in.
Mr. Brian Miller.
How is it going, guys? I hope you're feeling better than I am.
So this is a special. We've been on break. We're on holiday hiatus, like most people are. But we wanted to be able. We know that this weekend coming up is the end of the year. Wait, can you believe 2017 is already over?
Good God, no. This year went entirely too fast.
Yeah, and unfortunately it had its ups and its downs. But we're here to celebrate the good times here at Realm of the Mist Entertainment. How's it feel? 1 year with the company, Brian?
Feels good. Honestly, like when I first came on board, it was I didn't expect it because it was this thing where I've been doing the Canon Library for like 2 years. And I was on a Facebook page one day, a Star Wars Facebook page. I think it was the Collider Jedi Council fan group. I think that's what it was. And I saw Mark Tolley on there asking for guests to be on his podcast. And I was like, well, crap, I'll do it, whatever. And I shot him a message, and then here we are. I just kind of led into this. So kind of out of the blue, but so far it's been a blast.
With the minor hiccups, unfortunately, you had to step away for a little bit. Luckily, you came back, though. Unfortunately, we lost a couple of our people pretty much at the exact same time. Let this be the official announcement, though, that starting next year, that trans geek girl, Christina Talley, is returning to Realm of the Mist Entertainment beginning of the year. So keep an eye out. If you guys were fans of that trans geek girl, she is coming back. So
right on.
Welcome back, Christina. You were missed, believe it or not.
That's not nice.
That's absolutely nice.
Okay.
Because I've known her for over 20 years. I can make jokes like that. But God, there's so many things we could talk about. Like, I mean, we covered a lot of the basics of things, like starting off pretty much with breaking the fourth wall, which is what started Realm of the Mist anyway as a podcast company. Which pretty much everybody in Realm of the Mist at one point or another has been on breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Where we covered pretty much everything from unfortunate celebrity deaths from 2016 and 2017, because there was an awful lot. 3/4 of our shows were talking about people who passed away.
Yeah.
To wild speculations about Star Wars. Which
hardly any of them are right.
None of them are right. No. We knew Luke would ignite a green lightsaber. Not in the way that he did it, but we knew that was happening.
I knew about the Puppet Yoda thing, and I knew Reylo wasn't going to be a thing.
Anybody with half a brain knew Reylo wasn't going to be a thing.
Yeah.
God, what else have we done? I made all of your brains fry when I dared you guys to talk about the worst movie ever made as if it was the greatest movie ever made.
It took me a while to get over that. Like seriously, like 2 or 3 shows later, I was still sitting there just like, that motherfucker. Like,
that's why you walked away for a while.
No. But no, that was a rough one. As soon as you dropped that on us, I saw the looks on everybody's faces during that episode, and everybody went from, oh, I think Matt was the most pissed.
That's because Matt had, what was it he had to sell? Was it Avatar?
Last Airbender.
It was Last Airbender.
Last Airbender.
You had Splicer or something?
Splice, the man, that movie
Splice,
is
yeah.
something special, man. I tell you what.
Hey, you
Jesus.
guys stuck me with Avatar, okay? Or not Avatar, Twilight.
Hey, you brought that on yourself, bud.
Yeah, I did bring that on myself.
That was all your idea from the get-go.
I think the funniest one, just because I know how much he loves the TV show and hated the movie, was Eric.
Oh,
Poor Eric dealing with chips.
chips. Yeah. Yeah, that man. That movie
that
pissed me off in a special way.
that was soul crushing to him because he loves that TV show, and he actually likes the actors that are in the
That are
movie,
in the movie, yeah,
but
but
they were.
not when they announced they were doing a Chips movie. I knew it was going to be one of those like Starsky and Hutch Dukes of Hazzard remake things that have just made it
uh,
crap. Like I'm still waiting on a new Smokey and the Bandit movie that's just going to make fun of everything. And please God no,
You never know.
please God no. Only
Hey,
Burt
did, did
Reynolds
they
can
did they
drive that
do a
thing.
Starsky and Hutch
They did Starsky and Hutch, and then they
with
did they
Ben
did Dukes of
Stiller?
Hazzard first.
Yeah, but they
Yeah,
did Starsky and Hutch with Ben Stiller
and Owen Wilson.
and Owen Wilson, and they got
Yeah,
the original car from the original cast members.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Still, the movie
it's
sucked.
still a horrible movie. You know
Yeah.
what though? I got to give it up to the Sean William Scott and Johnny Knoxville Dukes of Hazzard. Not that other fucking Dukes of Hazzard movie that the beginning.
Yeah, like the prequel Origins movie or whatever.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
garbage. But the Knoxville movie was actually funny. I mean, you turn your brain off and realize it's nothing like the original
yeah.
Dukes of Hazzard. But
It was a parody.
oh yeah, absolutely.
That's all it was.
It was Jackass pretending to be Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
It was Jackass cosplaying. There you
It.
go.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually forgot Johnny Knoxville was in that. Till you said that. Yeah, he was. You're right.
And I don't think Jessica Simpson ever looked better. Unfortunately, in this movie, just like in all her records, she opens her mouth and ruins everything.
And ruins everything.
It ruins everything. I wouldn't recognize Britney Spears without mute pasted across her stomach. Oh my God! And of course, the big news of the year we got to cover was The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
That movie that is universally loved.
Oh yeah, everybody loves that movie.
Everybody loves it.
Nobody has a single bad thing to say about that movie.
Oh my God! I mean, the praise is so strong and hard that Ryan Johnson has to shut off the comment section on his Twitter
He's
account.
just killing him
people-
with kindness.
Yeah, because too many people are telling him what a genius he is.
Oh my God.
Dripping sarcasm. Dripping
Oh.
sarcasm. Look, we've already given our reviews. If you haven't seen it yet, go check out the videos. In fact, I'm still waiting for Star Wars Canon Library to actually upload the video like I did.
What video? Wait, which one?
Our spoiler review.
I didn't I?
I never got a notification that you uploaded it.
Well, crap, maybe I didn't.
Well, it's up on Realm of the Mist. Go check it out.
I've been out of the loop for the last 2 weeks, like very badly.
Check it out. We loved the movie. Now that
Yeah,
I've seen
I
it
did.
about 7 times, I love the movie that much more.
I'm at 8.
You got to be one up on me.
8. Well, hey. Does your room look like this?
My bedroom, yes. Which is why I'm single. No.
Well, what is it they say? I don't know. What is it they say on that 50 Shades of Grey? I have a very peculiar
Set of skills? No, wait, that's
oh,
taken.
whoa, way vastly different movie.
Well, not really.
Well, no. God.
Oh my God! I mean, we covered it all. I mean, of course, Breaking the Fourth Wall was universal in its design. So we would cover books. We had, Kristen Stovall, a accomplished author, coming on, joining the cast, and also promoting her book series, the Song of Souls trilogy,
Mm-hmm.
which a lot of us actually got the book and read it and gave it our own review. So, again, if you guys haven't checked that out, check that book out. The first one is Soulbound. You can get it from Kristen Stovall. Just go to her Facebook page. Take care of it. Uh, what else have we done? We did, well, from Fourth Wall birth War of the Stars.
War of the Stars, yep.
A Star Wars podcast.
Yep.
The first of many under Realm of the Mist Entertainment.
Of all of them.
Well, but let's count it down. Star Wars Canon Library came to Realm of the Mist. There was already something established before Realm of the Mist combined with it. So that was your deal.
Right.
John wanted his own Star Wars podcast, hence War of the Stars, a Star Wars podcast. Then we had Sith Lord 310, Mario, who originally was doing Death Star Radio.
Yeah.
And then decided to just go Sith Lord Reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have Journal of the Jedi.
Just had to add another one in there, didn't we?
Well, I wanted mine. Everybody else has got one.
That's true. That's true.
But to settle down the nerds, that be like, why do you give so much love to Star Wars and not to anything else out there? We did recombine with America's Pop Culture magazine this year. Mr. Dan Lauria brought that in, and of course, one of the first shows that we brought to Realm of the Mist from America's Pop Culture magazine was a brand new show called Talking Trek.
Yeah, all you Trekkies can just sit down now.
Yes, you can sit down and shut up. You got one show. It's torture in its own. Like, I like it. I like it. I like the panel, but I'm on the panel. I'm the only fucking Star Wars guy on a Star Trek panel.
I couldn't do it. I just, like, I think we did a Breaking the Fourth Wall one time where we had to talk Star Trek for a little bit. And it was all I could do to keep up. I mean, yeah, I've seen Star Trek. I've seen a lot of the original series. I grew up with Next Generation. But I never watched any I watched some of Deep Space Nine, which was crap. It's the reason I didn't watch all of it. Yeah. And then Voyager wasn't, half bad, but then the new movies came along. You know what I mean? But I've seen all of the movies, but a very, very little bit of the TV I've seen. So I was trying my best to keep up with you guys talking about Star Trek, and then I felt almost like the minority of that group, where I was just like, I'm a Lucas hound, and everybody else are Trekkers, like.
Well, has that ever been addressed and handled? Is it Trekkers or Trekkies? Like, what do they prefer?
I heard Trekkies was what's the word I'm looking for? Was derogatory.
Oh, so basically it's like dropping the N word in the nerd community. All right, so Trekkies, calm down.
Yeah,
Trekkies,
Trekkers,
Trekkies, please.
Trekkers. No. Trekkers. I'm not trying to piss you off. Trekkers.
I'm trying to piss you off. Trekkies, please.
Lucas could kick Roddenberry's ass any night.
Actually, all jokes aside, man, I give props and respect to both franchises. Their longevity. They've given such a universal love to their fan communities, and really have paved the way forward for pretty much all science fiction. So anything you ever loved, you could thank Star Trek and Star Wars. You could thank Roddenberry and Lucas. Yeah. And yes, everything you hated too. All you people that bitch about Battlefield Earth.
Oh, you went that. I got that book somewhere.
Oh, the book was great.
Yeah, it's because it's like this thick.
It's the Bible, dude.
Yeah, I've got it somewhere. I don't know where it is, but yeah, it's good.
Good book, Or the David Lynch's Dune, 1984 Dune. With Sting as Fade.
Yeah.
All the people that bitch about Wing Commander, leave Freddie Prinze Jr. alone. You could thank Roddenberry and Lucas.
Roddenberry more than Lucas, but you know.
But you know what? Roddenberry also gave us some great things, like the Orville, which is more Star Trek than Star Trek right now.
I don't care for the Orville.
Really?
I watched like 2 or 3 episodes of it. And I'm just like, nah, not for me.
Well, what's weird about it is like it's Seth MacFarlane, so you expect Family Guy,
Yeah.
or Ted, you expect like a lot of jokes to it, and there is a lot of dick and fart jokes in it. But surprisingly, there's intelligent science fiction in it.
hmm
You know?
Well, I don't know. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
I don't
I'll
know.
tell you what. If you ever really want to give it a try, go find the episode where they wind up on a planet where the whole entire society wears these little pins, and the little pins have an up button and a down button,
I think I've
and
seen that one.
and it's basically like a thumbs up and thumbs down. Their society runs on likes and dislikes, like Facebook and Twitter.
I did. I saw that episode. I saw that episode. God, that one wasn't bad. I'll give you that. That one wasn't bad. Wasn't god awful, but I don't know. Maybe it's like, okay, look, maybe the problem I have with the Orville is the same problem a lot of people had with The Last Jedi. Like, they were expecting something completely different, and then they went into it and was like, oh.
Well, then I would say with the Orville, do what we tell people to do with Last Jedi. Once you put your expectations aside, go see it again.
Yeah. Well, shit, I've already seen people saying, what do you think episode 9 is going to be about? Which is just, I mean, 2 years out, they're already talking about what 9 is going to be about. Already speculating. You're going to have 2 years of roots grown of people being pissed off when episode 9 comes out now, no matter how good it is.
Well, here's the deal. Here's the major deal, and I've been saying this for a while. I actually said it on It Had to Be Said, which is another show of ours, which originally was separate from Realm of the Mist because we had a strict no politics policy here. But with the loss of a lot of shows and a lot of talent here at Realm of the Mist this past year, we decided to say fuck it. And the last episode and first one that wound up under Realm of the Mist's banner was actually me talking about the petition to non-canonize episode 8.
Man.
And, you know, I'm not going to go into details again. You can go watch the video if you want to see it.
Yeah.
But essentially, one of the things I did mention is a lot of people that have a problem with episode 8 because it didn't answer this or it didn't answer that. It's the middle fucking chapter of a trilogy. Wait for episode 9 to answer questions.
Yep.
Episode 9 is going to tie in 8 and 7. Everything that you're pissed off about, an explanation is coming. I guarantee you an explanation is, whether it's a good explanation or not, who knows?
Yeah,
but an explanation is coming.
Yeah.
You know, I firmly believe, I firmly stand on the fact that I think the only real thing that Rian Johnson did that J.J. Abrams is going to retcon is the Rey being nobody.
I don't think so.
I think he is. I think he's going to turn around and be like, Kylo was lying. Beyond that, everything else happened.
I don't think so. I really, like, I was just, like, before we started recording this, I was having I don't want to say, I was having a debate, I guess you could say, with somebody on Facebook.
Debate.
Well, it wasn't even heated. It was just, I don't think he was understanding what I was saying. Okay. I think he was just misunderstanding, but he was talking about how Rey was taken to Jakku and left there, and I'm like, there's nothing in canon anywhere that says that she was brought to Jakku and dropped off. There's nothing to say that she wasn't already there and that she was born on Jakku. You know what I mean? Like, her parents could have very easily said, "Kid, you are on your own." You know, like.
Well, I get where you're coming from, but you know, looking at it from the way it was presented in The Force Awakens, and even in The Force Awakens book, is Rey remembering and the Vision remembering her being taken away by Unkar Plutt, or Plutt, however you fucking say it.
Plot, something, yeah.
Yeah, and her screaming up at a ship,
saying,
hurling
"Come
ass
back
out of the atmosphere." Now that could be interpreted in one of two ways. One, the way Rian Johnson presented it is she was sold to Unkar because the parents were fucking gamblers and drunks and nobodies. And
how much you take for my daughter? 1,000 portions. You know, like,
I don't even think it was portions because you know they were probably heading on the way to Canto Bight to fucking like gamble their money away that they just got on their daughter.
Yeah.
Or it goes back to the original speculation. Somebody dropped her off on that planet, and she's not indigenous to.
Yeah, but
Jakku.
when you see her though, when she's that little girl, she's already wearing the desert garb. She already looks rough, like, and dirty, like she's been there already for years, and her hair's a mess. It's not like somebody came and dropped her off and magically had a set of desert dwellers clothing. It was just like, here, put this on so you blend in. It wasn't like that. It was like, I don't know. It just seemed like she'd been there for a while. She just looks like she's been there for a while.
But again, even if she turns out that like her parents were nobodies, and who's to say they were her parents?
That's true.
Maybe the people that sold her.
Maybe they found her like Clark Kent.
I was gonna say more like Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. They weren't Luke's parents, but they raised him.
Yeah.
Maybe she was an orphan, or again, going back to the Luke theory, it's only for speculation. This is not me going back to that theory, or Luke left her with somebody, and in his distraughted mind, left them with the wrong fucking people.
I don't think Luke had ever seen her before, because I mean, Rey had to have been abandoned on Jakku. I'm going to start using the word abandoned on Jakku because that could go either way.
Right, that's fair enough.
Yeah. Well, when Rey was abandoned on Jakku, she was, how old would you say she was? Maybe 7, 8?
I'd say between 8 and 10.
Okay.
I would speculate between 8 and 10. She was about the size and age of my daughter. So
okay.
Yeah.
Well, one of the visual dictionaries, I think is what it was, and maybe it was Rey's journal entries, confirmed that she was 19 at the time of Force Awakens. So let's say she was 10 years old. That was 9 years before Force Awakens when she got left. At the 6-year mark, 5-year mark before Force Awakens, Luke was still running around with Ben. Like, all of that hadn't happened yet. That whole flashback scene we saw in Last Jedi hadn't happened yet. So by the time that flashback scene's happening, Rey is already on Jakku.
Well, look, I can understand people's need to hold on to this, and which part of the reason why I think not only do I think JJ had a plan different for Rey.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, he let Ryan do what he was going to do, but I think he had a different plan for Rey, and why I think it's retconned. The biggest thing I'll point, whether it's a Skywalker, whether it's a Kenobi, whether it's a Palpatine, it doesn't matter. Whether it's a fucking Mace Windu's granddaughter, who cares? The fact of the matter is, I think Rey has more to it, and the reason I point that on is Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber called to her. Skywalker's lightsaber gave that Force flashback to her. Why would it do that to a nobody? If it wouldn't even do it to Luke, when Luke was handed the lightsaber by Ben Kenobi in A New Hope, why would it do it to a nobody?
Okay, I have a theory, and hear me out on this, because it's gonna come full circle. I promise.
I promise this is a year in review, so after this we are going to go back to actually talking about the year. But go ahead.
Okay, real quick. Okay, I'll sum this up as quick as I can. All right, we saw in Last Jedi in the flashback, Kylo's lightsaber was blue, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if you freeze it and you look at what his hilt looked like, his lightsaber hilt, it looked just like his crossguard hilt, but it didn't have the crossguard. And it was gray, like a silver instead of black.
Right.
And it didn't have like the wire going down the side of it and stuff. But it was just a silver hilt. But all the details were identical except for the exhaust ports, right?
Right.
So, according to one of the visual dictionaries, the Kyber crystal in his lightsaber is cracked. In the Aftermath novels, there was a mention of Darth Vader's lightsaber being used by the Sith acolytes. They found Vader's lightsaber. I don't know how it survived the Death Star blowing up, but, you know, we found Luke's lightsaber after it fell into Bespin, so I'm not questioning that yet.
Well, we could even question the fact that in the flashback, Luke ignited the green again, which he threw over the side of the walkway in the second Death Star when he had
that. He had it at the end of Return of the Jedi. When he was back on the Ewok village walking up to Leia, when they're doing the whole celebration, he had his lightsaber swinging from his belt. So
that is true. I forgot about that. All right, but go ahead. Finish your theory.
What if the red crystal in his saber is actually from Vader's lightsaber, like the one from the Death Star, and it was damaged, right? And it was cracked. Because he's all about collecting Vader stuff. His helmet, he wanted his blue lightsaber, you know, like, he wanted all that stuff. What if he found Vader's lightsaber and had that crystal, and because it was cracked, he had to put the exhaust ports on his saber and made this crossguard thing? Because it wasn't like the crossguard saber we saw in Rebels. the green one that Ezra held up. That one was very focused, and it wasn't really exhaust ports coming out of the side. It was actual blades. These were more exhaust ports to put out some of the extra energy.
I can debunk that theory for one reason.
Can you?
Yeah.
Can you?
Go to the Last Jedi when we first look into Luke's hut.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, they give us a little scanning of Luke's hut all around. The first thing they show is Vader's red crystal on a necklace.
No, did I miss that?
Yeah, it's right there.
How did I miss that?
In fact, my theory is Rey is going to construct a new lightsaber consisting of the broken kyber crystal of Luke's with the kyber crystal, the remains of the kyber crystal of Vader's, and she will carry a purple lightsaber.
That would be wicked.
That's my
and
theory.
that would go back to us speculating about the Jedi using both sides of the Force. I mean, think about it. You have a kyber crystal from the most evil Force user ever, and I mean the most powerful light side Force user ever in one saber. That's the best of both worlds if you think about it.
Well, especially when you think about both crystals belonged, especially when you think about both, yeah, they belong to the same person.
Like, you know, one crystal did all these things to save people, and then this other crystal did all this stuff to kill each other, and you meld them together into one weapon. I mean, that's wicked. That's a wicked idea, actually.
Actually, you got to think about it though. The one that saved all these people also murdered a shit ton of kids.
That's true. which I think is actually the screaming you hear.
Mm-hmm.
In Rey's thing. I'm gonna have to look at this real quick. Hang on. But yeah, we need to get back to talking about what we were talking about.
So either way you look at it, the point being, you know, to sum this all up, you know, because we wound up getting into speculations ourselves, is calm on the fan theories and speculations, as we just did. 9 is coming. JJ is going to wrap this trilogy up, and it's going to answer questions that are still left from 7 and from 8.
Mm-hmm.
And it will make both 7 and 8 better movies. Now, I don't know if it's going to be answers we want to hear, because Last Jedi wasn't what answers we wanted to hear. I didn't have a problem with the answers, but they weren't what I wanted to hear. When I sat down, I'm like, I want to hear Rey's a Skywalker and a Kenobi.
Right.
You know, my theory. I wanted to hear that Snoke was from the out beyond the unknown regions of space, and that he was like one of the first Sith or something like that. I wanted him to be such an uber badass that Palpatine was afraid of. You know, I wanted Finn to die in that ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah, I kind of did too. Yeah,
I'm still pissed at Rose. Actually, the one fan complaint I will agree with is I'm starting to get on the bandwagon that Rose is actually worse than fucking Jar Jar Binks.
I wouldn't go that far. Rose wasn't making poop and fart jokes.
No, but I'd rather a poop and fart joke than some of the shit she was doing.
No,
I'm a Kevin Smith fan. Dick and fart jokes work for me.
Whoa, you okay? But anyway.
But you were saying something. Speaking of Star Wars, you were saying something about like somebody dogging Rian Johnson and shit, and having the integrity of Mark Hamill to not be silenced by Disney. Wasn't that retconned because the whole interview of Mark Hamill came out showing that he was, that the interview was taken out of context. That this is not my Luke Skywalker. I didn't agree with the stuff Rian Johnson did, but then I found out I was wrong.
Yeah, and he straight said that was his favorite Star Wars movie since Empire.
And in fact, his Twitter account, Mark Hamill himself, he has stated that he regrets ever doing that interview, or not the interview, but saying that he disagreed with Rian Johnson because people have blown it way out of proportion.
Mm-hmm.
But yet these assholes still want to hold on to that.
Okay, wait. Talking about the not to change subject, but talking about the Vader crystal again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like all I can find as far as canon goes, that crystal, because I found it in the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I found it in a one of the visual dictionaries for Last Jedi,
All right.
and it says it's a trophy made from a fragmented Sith lightsaber crystal. It doesn't say what Sith or anything like that. He could have really found any Sith lightsaber throughout his travels between 6 and 7.
Okay, but it's a trophy. As a
Trophy.
trophy
Well,
around
that's
his neck.
true.
Who's
That's
whose
true.
crystal? Who would he keep?
The only Sith he ever defeated was Vader.
And Palpatine.
Well, unless he found one of Palpatine's sabers, because he had several.
Yeah, but who's to say
anyway.
Palpatine even carried a lightsaber anymore once he had, Vader?
That's true.
He really didn't have a need for it anymore. I mean, technically he lost that
he did
one.
Have it. He had it in Lords of the Sith.
True, he did. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Anyway,
I still contend that it's Vader's saber crystal.
I'm not going
to. Why else would you trophy it, keep it, wear it as a necklace?
Yeah, I'm not going to
disagree. Unless it was sentimental value to you.
Yeah.
Regardless of which, again, that's speculation. We'll find out in 9, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Doubt it, but anyway, back to your interview.
Well, it's not really an interview. It's just us reminiscing.
Year in review.
Year in review. It's us reminiscing the year of 2017 and how fucked up and terrible it was. It's not ending well for you.
I feel like crap.
Well, go ahead. I stopped you before we started recording.
Oh, with all the crap going on, like, look.
Like, save it for the show.
Tomorrow I'm supposed to be going to Arkansas for a family wedding, and I took 2 extra days off over the New Year's weekend for it, and then today I was at work and I felt like crap. And like 2 nights ago, the water going to our restroom froze so that we couldn't flush our toilet. It's just, and I was trying to thaw those pipes out, and they finally thawed out, and then apparently the drain for our washer froze also, and our washer wasn't draining at all. So I found out there was water frozen in that pipe today. I took a half day today to come home to work on it. Hooked it all back up and tried it out, and apparently the drain plug itself under the house was frozen, so water comes shooting up out of that thing all over everything. So now we had a plumber here dealing with it. It's just the end of this year, man. I don't think I've ever been this ready for a year to be over.
Well, we were ready last year.
Well, that was mainly because we were just coming off of Carrie Fisher's death.
To this day, I still feel so bad for that family.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking. I mean, we just passed the
1 year mark.
The 1 year mark.
Yesterday.
Today was Debbie Reynolds' 1 year anniversary. I mean, she died a day after her daughter.
Yep.
And that was the biggest thing, like with the retconning of episode 8 that really struck home to me. It was a meme I saw on Facebook, but it spoke worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Think about this a minute. Whether you like Last Jedi or not, if you actually were able, which of course you're not, but if you were actually able to get Disney to non-canonize The Last Jedi, that means you're non-canonizing the final performance of Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. This movie could be fucking worse than fucking Attack of the Clones.
I feel like
the Clone Wars combined, and still leave it canon because it's Carrie Fisher's last performance.
I feel like there's a hidden agenda behind that, because if they actually were to successfully get Disney to non-canonize a movie, that means they have a new movie to go into their EU. Like maybe they secretly really did like it. I don't know. That's just weird brain theory.
I don't know. The fact of the matter is like at the end of the day, I mean, you're a Star Wars fanatic. I'm a Star Wars fanatic. We got our houses filled with Star Wars shit.
Yeah.
And for Christmas we get more. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's just a fucking movie.
Yeah. That's really all it is.
It's just a fucking movie. Why are we getting so fucking bent out of shape over a movie?
I don't know. I really don't. I mean, I say that, but I'm the person that was complaining about episode 2. Episode 2, man, that one's rough.
That one's rough, but you don't ask for it to be non-canonized.
Right.
you probably won't bitch if they decided to remake it or special edition it or something like that. I get that, but
Yeah, I wouldn't. I
as
don't
it
think. Yeah.
as it stands, you're not asking for it to be removed and
Hmm.
reshot.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Which again,
Wouldn't it be hilarious if Disney was like, okay, we'll do that. Don't worry. Don't even worry about it. And then they just re-release the same movie again.
that's what I would do.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
actually, I know we got to stop talking about Star Wars, but I think maybe I actually did find a bit of a plot hole in Star Wars in Episode 8. And this is one, like, I've defended all of them, but this one I'm looking at it. Like, I even talked to Kirsty about it last night. She went, huh.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, so from strictly Leia's point of view, right?
Okay.
Okay, strictly Leia's point of view. So,
Are we gonna pick on Mary Poppins again?
no.
Okay. Okay.
So, at the end of Force Awakens, right? She's on the car. The Falcon lands. Chewie gets off with Finn, who's injured. Rey comes down, right? She meets Rey for the first time that we assume is the first time, which I'm saying is the first time. But anyway. And then R2 wakes up. They get the map to Luke, and Rey's off in the Falcon to go find Luke, right?
Okay.
Okay. From Leia's point of view, let's say that took a day. I don't know. Let's just say it took a day for Rey to get there, right?
Okay.
According to Last Jedi, the whole sequence of her landing on Ahch-To and coming up to Luke was happening simultaneously with the evacuation of Dakar.
Right.
Correct? Okay. So the whole evacuation of Dakar thing, they had 6 hours of fuel to run from the First Order. They had 6 hours of fuel.
18 hours of fuel.
Was it 18 hours? Well, it still doesn't make any sense because that was 18 hours, yet Rey was on Ahch-To for 4 or 5 days, talking to Luke, following him around, trying to get him to training with him, getting pissed off at him, leaving, and then coming to the same ship that's following the First Order. Like, so she was only gone for a day from the Resistance, but on Ahch-To it was like 5.
Well, here's the deal. And I think the Last Jedi visualization book confirms it. Was that Ahch-To was basically across the galaxy, so it was definitely longer than a day it took her to get there.
Okay. Well, then she wouldn't
I
even
don't
have had
know.
time to go there and come back in the time it took them to run out of fuel.
Well, that's where I was getting to. Is most of everything that could have been happening on Ahch-To
Probably already
simultaneously with the thing probably already happened. She may have been
Yeah.
getting into the rainstorm sword fight with Luke at the
While
time
they
that
were
the
evacuating
evacuation was
Dakar.
happening.
Yeah, that's
Now,
true.
I agree with you that it's really unclear the timeline,
Yeah.
but I think that's kind of the gist of it. It's by
Yeah.
the time the evacuation's happening, she's already going through like step number 2 of Luke's training.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I really want to take Force Awakens and Last Jedi and edit them into one big movie.
It'd be nice, but I would do
want
the same
so
thing.
bad.
I would do the same thing with Episode 1 and Episode 2.
Ew.
Because you could cut out a lot of the bullshit in Episode 1 and a lot of the bullshit in Episode 2 and combine those two movies together
That's true.
and
That's-
get a better story to tie into Episode 3.
Maybe that's what I should do for the canon library. Make one massive video or series of videos where everything is just combined. Ooh.
Yeah, you can edit and upload that.
Ooh, nope. By the time it gets uploaded, there'll be twice as much canon material. No, not doing it. Anyway,
All right, back off. Of
yeah,
Star
we got to
Wars.
stop talking about Star Wars.
Let me ask you,
Okay.
what are some of your favorite memories from the past year on the shows?
Well,
Whether
there was
something
one.
you did, or something what panelists did, or special guests. Just some of your favorite memories.
Well, I know of at least one that you're probably wanting me to bring up, and it's the one. You already know what it is. I was right. Was it Matt or Christina telling a story?
It was
Christina.
It was Christina telling it because of Matt's reaction to it.
Yeah, about this guy going into a porta potty and thinking that the urinal was a sink, and he thought the urinal puck was a bar of soap. And he started trying to wash his hands and everything in it and blah, 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 whatever. And everybody's laughing and joking. And I was genuinely confused. Like, what was this guy on? Because there's like, because I was just like, where's the faucet? Like, there's no water spigot for a sink there. Like, it's just, I was genuinely confused. Like, huh? But we got a pretty good laugh out of that one. But
that was definitely one. Another one I personally like. You may or may not remember this. Remember breaking the fourth wall? We for the first part of the year we were on a censorship run because of which we broke continuously, except for one member.
Damn near broke it off, yeah.
Yeah, except for one member. One member was good. He would never drop an F-bomb. There was at least one F-bomb dropped when Fourth Wall tried to be censored.
It got bad.
It got real bad. And what was it, 8, 9 episodes straight, one member kept it clean. And the day he dropped that F-bomb, man, we had a full-on celebration. Was Eric, remember?
Yep.
For like 8, 9, he used to have a Post-it sticker on his computer to remind him not to curse.
Don't cuss. Yeah.
Don't cuss. And he accidentally slipped it. He didn't even realize he'd slipped it.
Yep. That happened.
And when we pointed it out to him, he's like, "Ah, well, fuck it."
What else can you do at that point?
Well, yeah. And of course, that leads into the other episode, which Christina hated. I loved it, but Christina hated it. Where we had thought, well, we'll curse and we'll just bleep out all the curses.
Yeah, because we weren't the ones editing it.
Yeah, and we went off.
Oh, man.
Which unfortunately led to another fun little memory, was needing to give a public apology because one curse word made it through all the censorship.
Oh, Jesus. Get the fuck over it.
Remember, I had to actually give a public
statement.
apology?
Yeah.
To which, I'm sorry. No. My apology was, I'm sorry, you're such a pansy ass, you couldn't handle one word.
Yep. No, you're not wrong. I mean, it's bullshit.
Well, what was the word? It was like twat.
I
think it was like twat.
Was it twat?
Got through.
I think it was twat. I think it was. Which I laugh at the word twat every time I hear it anyway. I have a funny memory associated with the word twat. But
I'm listening.
Okay, look, all right. I work at a grain elevator, and this was last year. I had 2 other guys working there, and the guy, like my boss, like the assistant manager, he was up in the office, and I was loading a truck with beans or something. And this other guy that worked there used to catch a lot of shit from the other guy, and he was on the radio or something, on the walkie-talkie or something, saying, "Yeah, I replaced the light in the spotlight, the light bulb in the spotlight. I think I'm going to stop by Mill Creek on the way to work tomorrow and get a new bulb." And my boss, who was in the office, was trying to ignore him all day. And he just comes over the radio and he's like, "Whatever, twat," and just sets it down. And I was loading this truck, and for some reason, I laughed so hard I damn near fell off the truck, because it was just John was trying to be so like polite, saying, "I'm gonna go get this light bulb," and he's just like, "Whatever, twat," like he just did not give a shit. I laugh every time I hear the word twat.
Oh man,
I can't.
What's another memory that you hold dear to Realm of the Mist Entertainment?
The biggest episode, I think the biggest feat that we ever did was getting Mike Quinn, getting the interview.
On Star Wars Canon Library.
Yeah.
The one that I begged to just be a fly on the wall. I didn't even want to interview him. He didn't even need to know I was there. I just wanted to watch it.
Well, it's not that you didn't want to. It's just that wasn't all you were like was, "I just want to listen. Can I just sit there and he doesn't even have to know I'm on the line." And
stalker.
No, because I had worked on getting Mike Quinn for a while.
Right.
And I finally got him to agree to do it, and he agreed at the get-go. He just I told him it was going to be a little while before the episode, and the day I told you about it, like your eyes lit up, like Emma Watson just walked through that door and said, "Will you marry me?" Like,
Ooh.
like that was your eyes lit up, and you were just. I was like, and then you were like, "Can I just be in there? Can I just be a fly on the wall?" I'm like, man, I can't just let him sit there and just rub it in his face like, "Ha yeah, I'm talking to him, you're not," and just pretend like you wasn't. I couldn't do it, so I was just like, "You can ask him questions. You want to be in on it?"
Yay!
And I knew I made the right choice too. As soon as you were like, "Duh."
Well, that's what cemented me as a Star Wars fan to you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he knows who Mike Quinn is.
That you even knew who Mike Quinn was, yeah.
Which, to this day, he still blew my mind that he was Uncle Traveling Matt in Fraggle Rock.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. That interview, we found out so many things. Like, he was the freaking weasels with the, man, Roger's feet kicking out of the, all the little puppeteering things.
Yeah.
In like
the trench coat and Who Framed Roger Rabbit that was kicking up like this. That was him with his hands up his jacket.
The weasel spitting out the bar of soap. That was him, a hand in a blue sock.
Yeah.
But it was amazing to just sit there and talk. And as stupid as it sounds, because I was a pro wrestler and I was a musician, I've met high-profile celebrities in those fields before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it was so amazing. Probably because he's associated with something I grew up with my whole entire life, Star Wars.
Right.
But it was amazing how down to earth and just a regular guy like you and me he was.
And humble.
Yeah, and how humble he was.
Yep.
And again, I should know better. I shouldn't be so starstruck because of the fact I've dealt with, Marty Jannetty and half of the ECW locker room, and I've hung out backstage with like System of a Down and and Megadeth and bands of that nature and shit like that. Yeah. I already know these people still put their pants on the same leg at a time like we do, or whatever, and still have to get up in the morning and take that fucking morning piss like I do.
Human problems. Everybody is human, and I mean that's why I don't get embarrassed talking about crap. Like, look, our toilet froze. I'm not going to go in there and say, oh, this certain piece in our bathroom, our unmentionable, froze up and we couldn't use it. No, our toilet water froze. I couldn't flush the goddamn thing. Like, everybody has problems like that.
All I'm envisioning is Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo.
No, it was empty.
Skating around.
It was empty. We ended up pouring water in the back of it to get it to flush. But that I'm not embarrassed about that because that shit everybody has had to deal with at some point or another. And if they haven't already, they're gonna.
I had an apartment in Lakewood, Colorado. This is the worst thing. Right next door to the apartment complex was an auto body shop. Mm-hmm. And they had a bad habit of pouring shit down drains.
Oh, no.
Well, their drains connected to our drains. Like, they all interconnected to a main together.
Ew.
All of a sudden, my apartment's flooding with sewage. And I'm not just talking about, like, oil or something. I'm talking about, like, human feces coming up out of my bathtub drain.
Yeah, that's gross.
Oh, my God, that was horrible.
That's a special kind of gross.
Oh, yeah, it was horrible. Cleaning that shit up, ripping the carpets up. Oh, my God.
But the thing is, shit like that happens.
Yeah.
It's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Absolutely.
It's not like you chose to have shit in your house, like.
Some people do. I've watched Hoarders.
Some do. That's true.
It was my favorite turd. I couldn't flush it.
Oh.
Well, we're getting close to time here, so there's two things I want to attack here. Number one, for RadioCast FM. Guys, this is going to be played for you. It's playing for you right now. And it's supposed to be a 2-hour thing, like we always do, but we're only doing an hour of this year in review and us just sitting here reminiscing and bullshitting. Yeah. What I figure is, for the second hour, we're going to play Brian's and my absolute favorite episode of all of Realm of the Mist from the past year. That's Breaking the Fourth Wall, War of the Stars, That Trans Geek Girl, Anime Asylum, any of the shows. We're going to choose one show, and it's going to be tied into our year in review. It is our favorite episode Brian, why don't you go ahead and let everybody know what that episode is?
Yeah, we already decided on this, and it's not like we decided this because we were the two involved with it. It was just this is the coolest thing that really has happened to the company as a whole, and it was one of our biggest achievements, and one of the most fun episodes that we've ever done. And it's actually a Star Wars Canon Library episode, and it was our 2-year anniversary and our interview with Mike Quinn that we were talking about just a minute ago.
Yes, it was, yep. And I mean, you can't really beat that. And
yeah, it's hard.
But I mean, it's not like we couldn't try.
I'm trying.
Well, no. I'm saying like we've had other great guests on some of the other shows, such as like we had one of the hosts of Generation Tech on War of the Stars.
Yeah,
if you remember correctly.
Yeah,
and that trans geek girl, like its 3rd episode. I'm looking it up here. Hold on a second here.
Okay.
That trans geek girl. There it is. That trans geek girl, I had to get down to it, had Janelle Jaquays as a special guest, who was one of the helpful originators to Dungeons and Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, breaking the fourth wall, we had and made a host of Kristen Stovall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so Mike Quinn was the
highlight.
The crowning jewel for the first year, of special guests within the community, and
who's to know who knows who we're going to get for the second year? I mean, anything could happen.
Well, I do know one person we're getting for the second year. We're getting Mike Quinn.
Oh yeah, I already knew that. Yeah, because we're.
He has agreed to come back on and discuss Star Wars with us. So
yeah, talk about Last Jedi.
Now that he can actually talk about it.
Yeah. Because he was actually in it a lot more than I thought he was going to be. I thought maybe we'd see him in a fighter again, and that was about it. But he was in a lot of the background shots.
Oh, did I tell you? I got to teach Mike Quinn something.
What?
About Nine Nub.
What?
I was having a conversation with him on Facebook Messenger, and we were joking about the Last Jedi and some of the things we've seen on it, or that I've seen on it, I should say.
Right.
And like I couldn't believe that Admiral Akbar was dead, and that blah 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 blah. I said maybe it's time for Nine Nub to get a promotion, Admiral Nub. And he's sitting there. He's like, you know what? I don't even remember what his actual rank is. He does have a rank, but I don't remember what it was. I actually taught Mike Quinn what Nine Nub's rank is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's Lieutenant Commander.
Yeah, that was in one of the Aftermath books, wasn't it?
It was in the Aftermath book, but you could also find it on Wikipedia.
Oh, well, I don't trust anything on Wikipedia. Well, I don't want to say I don't trust anything. I trust some. But yeah, it was in the Aftermath book.
Yeah, it was in the Aftermath book. But yeah, that's his official rank at
Yep.
As it stands right now, he is Lieutenant Commander Nine Nub.
Yep. Well, actually, as it was standing during Aftermath, because even Akbar got a promotion to General. By the time he had died, he was General Akbar. If you look at his Black Series figure,
right? But I think it's time. Nine Nub's been around since Jedi. Nine Nub needs to be a general or an admiral.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's time, and a little bit bigger part. Because
let him speak. He hasn't really spoken in the movies.
Nine Nub had a big part to play in the first Aftermath, or was it Aftermath? I don't think it was Aftermath. Now that I think about it.
You're the librarian, man.
I know. I wanted to say he was in Battlefront Twilight Company.
Maybe that's it. I haven't read that one yet. It's on my shelf, but I haven't read it yet.
I think he's in that one, and then he's in Moving Target with Leia, and then he was in the Leia comic run. Like, he actually had a larger part to play then, and I'd like to kind of see that on film. Give him a part.
Well, I know he spoke a little bit when he flew the Star Killer base run with Poe.
Right.
But it was kind of like 2 lines, and that's it. He spoke. He didn't speak 1 line of dialogue at all in Last Jedi.
That's true.
He was just kind of in the background. I think give Nine Nub a speaking role. Make him a commanding figure within the new rebellion. And
well, they're almost gonna have to.
Well, the thing is like give him a speaking role, give him like a General Nadine's role of like explaining the plan to take down the First Order.
I'd be happy with that.
Of course, he's going to be speaking in Celestian,
right?
But give him the subtitles.
Yep. No, I'm complete. Like even just a part like that, because Nadine was in it for all of what, 2 minutes? Yeah, give him a part like that, you know, because I mean, think about it, like, because they even say most of the leadership is gone, and Poe thought it was going to be him stepping up, and it was Holdo. Well, Holdo's gone, so who else are they going to find to do it? You know, like, why wouldn't it have been somebody who had, I don't want to say, man, been there for more of it? You know what I mean? Like,
well, Poe's Leia's replacement. However, they do it in 9 to
he's gonna replace her. They're setting that up in the comics.
Yeah, he's Leia's replacement.
Yeah.
So somebody has to be the Admiral Akbar to Leia.
And I want it to be Nien Nunb.
And I think it's got to be Nien Nunb.
Yep.
Who else is it going to be?
Yep. Well, we can talk to him about that whenever we get him on for the spoiler review of Last Jedi.
The second spoiler review.
The one where we're really gonna get into it.
Yeah.
Because I don't care. I don't want to make the man uncomfortable, but I have got to ask him what his opinion is of everybody just bashing this movie.
He gave his opinion on Facebook.
Well, I know, but I read that, but I want to hear the emotion in his voice. I want to see the look on his face when he's saying it. You can convey a lot with, like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So,
but the other thing I want to talk about, since we're reaching like the 5-minute mark here, the other thing I want to talk about real quick is plans for the future for Realm of the Mist Entertainment. Shows coming back with the new year. Of course, we just talked about having that Trans Geek Girl. And, of course, we know Star Wars Canon Library is getting ready for Phase 4?
Is it 4 at this point?
I'm asking you. I don't know.
It probably is. I don't
know. Breaking the Fourth Wall will do its second half of Season 3. However, I will announce that there may be some major changes to Breaking the Fourth Wall. I'm thinking about changing it up where it's no longer going to be a panel show, but a straight news show. Simply because one of the shows that's been suffering the most with panels is Breaking the Fourth Wall, where you get a group together, you enjoy the group, and then the group's gone. And then you have to try to rebuild that dynamic again and again and again and again. This is not set in stone, but I may or may not turn Fourth Wall into a straight news show.
That could be kind of cool.
With 1 to 2 hosts, and that's it. Beyond that, of course, we have Talking Trek returning, America's Pop Culture Magazine returning, War of the Stars returning, Journal of the Jedi returning. Basically, all the Star Wars shows are coming back because it's Star Wars. Screw you if you don't like it.
Right.
And, of course, the big announcement, Brian and I are going to be coming up with yet another looking at our two ugly mug, well, my ugly mug and his, handsome mug, where we're going to just go off the rails and have discussions.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
It's going to
be kick back, have a beer, put my feet up, and we'll just sit here and shoot the shit.
And we'll talk about whatever is on our mind that day.
I like that.
After Hours, Realm of the Mist After Hours is coming very, very soon, probably within January.
Probably in the next
couple weeks.
Because look, even when we're not recording, me and Chris get on Skype quite a bit and just sit here and shoot the shit while we're fucking around on the computer. And he had the idea, why don't we record this shit and upload it? And I'm like, why did I think of that? So that's where After Hours is coming from.
Well, one of the major reasons to even do it was because of like the again going back to the story of where I had to apologize for the censorship, to where we had a Skype meeting that we actually recorded. We never released it, because we didn't want to piss nobody off. But we actually recorded a meeting about this, to where it broke down to us looking up the words you can't say by the FCC.
Oh my God.
And then
that was so fun.
And then we started coming up with shit you could.
I had a list of words, like a Star Wars crawl, of shit, I was asking, can we say this? What about this? Is this on the list? And everyone's like, no. And I'm like, what about this? I was just coming up with like the dumbest shit you could think. Do you still have that?
Yes, I still have that.
Do you need to upload that?
Do I really need to upload that?
Yes. At least send it to me so I can upload it.
Is it episode 1 of After Hours Reborn?
That could be. We'll make a trailer.
Like a trailer, okay.
We'll make a trailer.
I'll edit it for a trailer.
there's something else that I'm gonna try to upload as well, and I haven't even told Chris about this yet, but he did say something about why it wasn't uploaded.
Okay.
A few weeks ago, my company had a Christmas party. The company I work for, we had a Christmas party, and they had a hypnotist come in.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you already know where this is going.
Oh yes. Yes.
They had a hypnotist come in, and they did a live hypnotist show. And I'd been hypnotized before, but this guy didn't seem like he knew what he was talking about. So I was like, well, screw it. I'm going to give it a shot. Well, I get up there, and joke's on me because the guy knew what the fuck he was doing. So I was hypnotized for the whole show, and as soon as it was over, I sat down, and Kirsty looked at me and went, that was awesome. There's a DVD. I'm buying it. I'm like, oh, shit. So Kirsty had bought the DVD. So I'm going to be trying to get a digital copy of this to upload. Well, at least send to Chris, and then he can do whatever he wants to with it. So, because once it's uploaded, he's going to get it anyway. So, whether I want him to or not. So
I will figure out a way.
I'm going to probably upload that to Realm of the Mist, and I don't know if I want it on Canon Library just yet. I'll put a link somewhere on a video. Sending them over there because that's man, I watched it. It's an hour long too. It's an hour long, and I watched it. And look. If anybody who knows me knows, I don't dance in front of people, and I was dancing in front of people. So
nice.
With my boss's wife, just saying. So yeah, I didn't tell Chris about that yet, but I was thinking about that. So I'm gonna do that.
Oh, and well, now that you put it on video here, it's got to happen. Keep an eye out. That is coming. That may be an Easter present for everybody. Get an Easter egg.
I see what you did.
You see what I did there? All right, guys. Look, we're going to go ahead and we're going to let Mike Quinn start talking about Star Wars and his illustrious career as a puppeteer.
Yep.
And all that coming up right now on Realm of the Mist Entertainment, Realm of the Mist Entertainment on RadioCast FM. For Realm of the Mist Entertainment, guys, it's been a thrill for a year. Again, I couldn't say it enough. This company and these shows would not exist without your support.
Yeah.
You guys made us able to want to do this. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And we're probably going to take another week off past the new year.
Yeah.
To just get everything in order, and then the new shows and the new seasons are going to be starting. So make sure you're checking back at Realm of the Mist YouTube channel, of course, Star Wars Canon Library's YouTube channel, StarWarsCanonLibrary.com, Realm of the Mist Entertainment.com, or RealmOfTheMist.com. There is no entertainment at the end of that. The Facebook pages, the group pages, the Twitter accounts. All of it's linked down below at the bottom of the video. Just click on those links. Come check us out. Subscribe, like, share with your friends. You know, let's help this thing grow because we want to bring you the best possible content that we possibly can.
Yeah.
Brian, anything you want to say to close?
Well, you pretty much summed it up, man. A big thank you to everybody out there who actually takes the time out and actually cares enough to actually tune in to hear our opinion on stuff. We're just a couple of geeks giving our opinion. That's all it is. You know, I mean, nothing special about us, you know, I mean, so, you know, I was looking at Canon Library earlier, and I'm sitting at, like, I'm not out for 1 million subscribers. I'm out for the best subscribers, and I'm sitting at almost 600. That's like 590 more than I ever thought I'd get. So, like, I'm happy. I couldn't be happier, and it's because of you guys. So, thank you guys very, very, very much. And here's to another year.
And I've got, you know what? I'm going to do something I've never done on any Realm of the Mist show. I'm going to request something from the fans.
Nobody wants to see that.
I'm going to request. Yeah, they might. You never know. Might get more subscribers that way. I'm going to request some fan art, and I really want this. I really, really want this. I want Brian, a fan art of Brian in a chicken costume, standing in front of a urinal going, "I found the faucet."
What's with the chicken costume?
The hypnotist.
But there was no chicken dance.
It doesn't matter. It'll work.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I would do it myself if I could draw
Put the big
stick
swirly
figure.
things on my eyes too, like I'm hypnotized.
There
That'd be
you
awesome.
go. Some
Yeah.
fan art. If somebody actually draws that up and sends it to us, I will make sure it's on the videos. I will make sure it's on Star Wars Canon Library videos.
And I want somebody to send me a picture of Chris Stolle and the Slave Leia outfit.
You know what? I gotta look. I think I still have that picture of you in the Slave Leia outfit.
Ixtay on the outfit A.
The face superimposed over Leia's body.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Guys, thank you very much.
Play on the interview.
Here comes Mike Quinn. Thanks a lot, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys.